No getting it if you're naughty.
Get 4 iPhone 17 Pros on us. No trade-in needed. Plus 4 lines for $25 a line.
Looking for Walter Clayton Jr. Who are they running the play for? He's at the trailer position, his natural position. Will Richard coming off the screen, this dribble handoff, and then it's him. It's one-on-one, it's action. Knocking down. You better believe it. So now you put him, Thomas Houck, in that position. He's not in the trailer. Now they're running it for him. He's been moved to this 3 spot. Now you get action. Just get active going down through there. Oh, nice little butter roll on there. Yeah, always going to see that. Now here you go again, Steffi. You saw earlier he got the rebound look for Clayton. Now he's been put into a different role. Now I'm getting it in goal. Everybody's heads down, moving, running. Uh-oh, this is my natural spot, y'all. Knock
leave me
down.
this open?
What you gonna do?
Knock it
down. That's right, Steffi. You know what to say. All right, now the guard play. This is key. Xavier Lee, they're playing with pushing aggressively, got Providence on their heels. They got to continue to play like this. Boogie Flan, don't settle. 2 feet in the paint, put it on the rim, let that front court go get it if you miss. If you don't, that's how you got to play. They got to be aggressive. If they're not getting up and down and they're waiting and don't have the defense plan on their heels, it's not gonna produce what they want.
They got the bigs to do it,
yes,
right? I mean, you go back and watch like old Spurs basketball. You had Duncan and Robinson, but you also had guys on the outside that they can pop in. But that's kind of the issue, right? Because Xavier had that first half that was great at UConn in the Garden, but in the second half where they started focusing on him, is that just a confidence thing where you just shoot yourself out of that for a second or what?
I think it is. But also you got to buy into what they're preaching, what Todd Golden is preaching. You got to understand the role that you're being put in. There's a lot expected of these guards. And that's what led them.
They make a lot of money now, Slay.
Oh, they absolutely do. Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to live up to it. Boogie Flan is a guy coming in you saw, and I would hesitate to do this, but I would love to see if Todd Golden, if he took him out of the starting lineup and put Boogie Flan and look for that little butter,
little
that burst coming up.
microwavable.
Yeah, because he's a one-on-one guy, open floor guy, not to set it up and feed everybody. So
sometimes those guys like to see how the game is developing and get back in there. Manu Ginobili was one of those guys that would come off the bench. All right, we got 11 minutes until kickoff there, tip-off there, and Vanderbilt, Memphis, a big one out of the Battle of Beale Street. Looking forward to seeing Mark Byington's squad, who you had as the, number one in your power rankings there, Slay.
Indeed.
All right, a couple powerful teams going to be in action in just a couple of days. College football playoffs are here. We'll hear from some of the head coaches in the SEC. Get our thoughts on it next on SEC Now.
Isn't it great that T-Mobile's got
In order to do that, they're going to have to clean up a couple of mistakes from the last time we saw the Crimson Tide in the regular season.
You know, for the most part, we had in the Iron Bowl, we had more penalties than normal, but we've done a good job that way. And so, you know, what that does is it keeps you from hurting yourself when you're on offense and not being behind the chains. And he can do so many things, not just with his arm, but with his feet.
Now, Oklahoma and Alabama have been in the college football playoff before, but the Aggies have not. Going to be a incredible scene at Kyle Field. I don't care if it's noon. There's going to be 110,000 of them going crazy. Mike Elko talking a little bit with the media about how to handle the hype.
I don't know if you have conversations about don't make it bigger than it is. I think our kids understand the volume and the magnitude of it. I think we talk a lot about what it takes to be successful, and what it takes to be successful in football doesn't change regardless of stage, regardless of opponent. It's what we prepared for. It's what we worked for. It's what we trained for. And, it's our ability to go out there and put our brand on display for 3.5 hours Saturday that'll ultimately make the difference. We've got a really good culture. We've got a really good organization. We've got a really good group of people, and we've got an opportunity to go compete in the national playoffs. And Texas A&M has never done that. And so I think all of those things combined to bring the focus back to the main thing when it's time to focus on the main thing.
Looking forward to that, and a lot of people are looking forward to see what these teams are going to look like. Pete Golden, the new head coach for the Ole Miss Rebels. On the other side is going to be John Summerall, the future Florida Gators head coach, bringing Tulane into a rematch. Here's both coaches on that one.
At this point, we're playing a conference champion, a team that beat the ACC champion, and a team that's playing at a really high level that's really well coached. We know we got our hands full. They always play extremely hard on defense, and, those 2 losses, a lot of that was based on the turnover margin and possessions gained, and we know taking care of the football is going to be incredibly important on offense, and we got to do a good job trying to take it away on defense. And then obviously critical downs in that first game. There's some key 4th downs on the positive side of the field that we made some stops, some of them based on our efforts, some of them based on a lack of execution on there. So, getting the ball back to our offense is going to be really, really important. But we know this is not no normal American team.
We look at maybe some of the things that went right, which weren't a ton, but more than anything, looked at missed opportunities that we had and try to help our guys understand we were in position at times, just got to make a certain play a little differently. And then there's some things, too, that was Trinidad's second game. So maybe how they've done some things offensively, there's more of that on video with him now as a quarterback there was at that time. There was one real game on tape.
I can't wait to see him in Gainesville next year. I think he's going to be a hell of a football coach. We're going to be talking about all of those games. We'll kick things off. Me and Chris Doering will be in Oxford. I'll be back here in studio for SEC this morning. And then we got all of our coverage live from College Station and Oxford. I love the college football playoffs. The fact that at least that first round is at home. In fact, if you're a top 4 seed, you should be able to host one of those games, right? Yeah, it's a tough place to play right now, Memorial Coliseum, because they got a triple threat in Nashville. Duke Miles, Tyler Tanner, and Tyler Nickel have been making it rain for Mark Byington's squad. And Steffi, why those 3 have stood out so far?
Well, Vanderbilt on offense, their spacing is elite, and they have great interior scoring, but it starts with their spacing. As you can see, look at all the room for players to go to work, and they run this Spain action. It's really popular in the NBA, where you have your original pick and roll, and then a guard screens the roller's man. That sets up an opportunity. Duke Miles, hey, I can take it one-on-one. I could lob it up to my big. You got a lot of options, and you put the defense in a bind. You got to make a decision. And so they're running this a lot offensively. Here it goes again. Guard comes through. There's Miles. Pick and roll happens. What's he going to do? He's going to come off the screen. Here comes the shooter. That's Tyler Nickel. And because he's a shooter, you got to respect it. The lob happens. I mean, this is tough to defend, and why 3 players for Vanderbilt averaged 4 assists. And I love this. You need smart screeners. McLaughlin recognizes, hey, there's a wide open paint, so I'm not even going to set the screen. I'm going to slip it. My guard's going to find me. Easy to. I mean, this team operating at such a high level in terms of their offensive IQ.
Slay, they can adjust as well, too.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's fun to watch, man. Tyler Nickel, this young man right here, coming from where he comes from North Carolina, then Virginia Tech, all of these different schools to settle back in with Byington. This man can get hot. Flamethrower activated anytime he gets to shooting. That back screen is deadly for him.
Talking about Duke Miles, and what it's one of the situations where traditionally, hey, you play better in your own Coliseum. He's been lighting it up on the road here.
Well, we saw those clips, like the offense that they're running. Coach Byington gives them room, to make decisions, and they trust each other. It's really pretty to watch.
Absolutely. Tyler Tanner, what makes him go? Like, this man may be the most underrated point guard, not in the SEC, but in the country. And if you give him a lane to the basket, he'll put it on your head.
Taking on a Little Penny squad over in Memphis. How good? Have you watched them a lot this year?
No, I haven't caught a lot of them, but I do know they like to get up and down. It's a little sporadic. That's the problem with Penny's squad. Right?
Well, they're not sporadic for Vandy, who scored 80 in every single one of these games. Let's head back to Florida. We got about a minute until tip-off. First 5 minutes, what do you want to see?
I want to see exactly what we saw last night with Arkansas in their matchup.
No quarter.
You go out and set the tone. You get this over with. And I love for it to be set by a guy like you talked about, Alex Condon. We need to see him raise his level of play.
So Patrick Young made a great point about who is going to be the alpha for Florida. They had alphas for last year's national championship team. I want to see who's going to be that for the Gators. I think that'll take them a long way.
This is also, I mean, again, I think it's as simple as, hey, perimeter shooting. 6 of 27 against George Washington. Who is going to be that guy? And I thought Patrick brought up a great point as well, too. Hey, take care of your business. That true talent on the call. Rich Hollenberg going to be there. Patrick Young going to be there. And we got the sleigh ride with some gifts at halftime. Enjoy.
After nearly a month of games away from Gainesville, the Gators are back home for the holidays. Tonight, from the O'Connell Center, the number 23 Florida Gators host the St. Francis Red Flash. And happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Happy holidays, everybody. Courtside, alongside former Gator great Patrick Young, I'm Rich Hollenberg. So Florida took their lumps in the first month of the season, playing against mostly top-shelf competition. But Mr. Thomas Houck has played like an All-American.
Yeah, this is the right time to play those really tough games to see what you're made of. One thing that has been consistent, Thomas Houck is ready to go any given night. It's hard to win when you got when he's the only one that's been performing well at this level. But have no fear, the Florida Gators are right where they need to be.
He's playing more on the wing this year and flourishing in Todd Golden's offense. On the other side, St. Francis made the NCAA tournament last year. They're led by Skylar Wicks.
Skylar Wicks is a true journeyman, has been all over the place, his fifth stop in college basketball. But one thing that does travel when you're a true scorer is the ability to put the ball in the hoop. He's going to have some difficulty tonight with the length of Florida, but don't be surprised to see him knock down some creative ones.
Wicks coming off 22 in their team's loss this past Sunday against Temple in Philadelphia. Your referees tonight, Bart Lennox, Patrick Evans, Sean Seals, and it's in the home black unis for the Gators who control the opening tip.
I've never been a fan of the black unis, only just because in my time we lost every time wearing them. But maybe it's different in this era for this Gator team.
No Goochers here from Patrick Young. Here's Boogie Flan, 0 in black. To the hole, off the mark on the first shot. And the point guard for St. Francis, Zion Russell, clears. St. Francis playing without one of their starters. Chris Moncrief injured his ankle in that game late in the second half against the Temple Owls. Stolen away by Flan. And a foul in the open court. That's going to go on 15 in white. Victor Payne, his first. And there's Chris Moncrief. He was such a key for them, making that magical run to the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah, that's the having a returning player that can bring a little bit of know-how. That's probably what the Gators are struggling with a little bit. Like, they have guys that have come back, but who is going to be the leader to set the tone like Walter Clayton, Elijah Martin, and Will Richard did last season?
St. Francis coming in 2-9 on the season. They played a tough schedule, much like the Florida Gators have so far at the start of the season.
This is their first ranked matchup, or a matchup against a ranked team.
Here's Xavier Lee starting to turn it on, and he has the first bucket of the game for UF.
And, you know, the thing that everyone will tell you when you know you have a shooter that's struggling, get to the rim. And if you can get a foul, if you can't get a layup, see that ball go in the hoop with the free throw. It's just a matter of time until Xavier really has a game where he's going to knock down 8 threes and really open things up for this Gator basketball team.
He was 4 for 8 in their win against George Washington last weekend.
With two that went in and out.
Condon the rebound, and he'll bring the ball up. A 7-footer showing some handles.
Coach Donovan did not allow me to do that. That's for sure. None of my coaches allow me to do that, actually.
Lee tried to get it into Condon. Now Condon working out of the showing some handles.
Coach Donovan did not allow me to do that. That's for sure. None of my coaches allow me to do that, actually.
Lee tried to get it into Condon. Now Condon working out of the low post. He's got a distinct height advantage, and he takes advantage.
You want to see a little bit more of Condon this year. He's at moments been indecisive with what to do, but tonight is a great opportunity for him to figure out some moves going into the SEC play that he can. He's one of the best players in the country. He should always be a threat.
Here's Wicks with the ball, 8 and White, averaging close to 19 a game. Working on Condon, around and down for Skylar Wicks.
Crafty. I mean, that's a difficult shot that you're going to give up. He's not going to make enough of those to win.
4 20-point efforts already this season for Wicks. Inside, Chinyelu. His first shot is good.
After the Duke game, I thought Florida needed to focus on getting the ball to Chinyelu, especially when he has deep position like that. He didn't need a single dribble. Just turn and knock it down. It's a great shot opportunity for the Florida every time.
Step back, Wicks. Off the mark, 1 and done for the Red Flash. And here's Lee. Skip pass, Houck's first touch. Ten on the timer for the Gators. Flan, back out, paint touch 3, Houck. Got it!
Not sure why he didn't take the first one. Unless he just wanted to show off a little something there. Looks beautiful. What an improvement from last year to this year with his shooting alone.
Thomas Houck playing against the St. Francis team located in Loretto, Pennsylvania. That's only a couple hours from where he grew up.
So interesting. The story of Thomas Houck being such a huge Gator fan, being all the way up Pennsylvania. Boogie Flan with the beautiful awareness to know that once he got into the paint, Thomas Houck was going to be open. Thomas Houck keeps his poise, takes a more difficult step back there, but I'll take the 3 points.
Among Thomas Houck's exploits so far, shooting 34% from 3, right around his average from last season, but he's probably going to get a lot more looks from distance this year.
Yeah, certainly. He struggled early last season with his shot, was still taking them, but hit slumps early on, hit the big ones when he needed to, but now you're going to see him take some shots, even creating on his own, that he was not taking last season.
Boogie to the bucket.
So happy to see that in Boogie Flan. Last game, not sure if it was catching up from being on the road so much. He just seemed to settle for a lot of three-pointers. Not saying it's not his game. He is so good at that middle game, in between.
And PY, 4 minutes into the game, all 5 Gator starters in the scoring column. Here's Wicks working on Flan. That's a tip ball out of bounds. It'll be St. Francis basketball when we come back. We'll tell you a little bit more about head coach Luke McConnell. Basketball is all in the family.
Live free, eat Sonic.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes
but he has been at St. Francis since he arrived 16 years ago as a freshman and never left. His dad was the head coach in the 90s for the Red Flash. But Luke went to that school to play football. After he finished his football career, he came on as a director of basketball ops, synonymous with basketball, especially in the state of Pennsylvania. TJ McConnell, certainly an NBA veteran, played in the league for 10 years, played in the NBA Finals last year, cousins with Luke.
TJ had some great minutes in the NBA in that Finals last year. And one thing I think a lot of players can take from TJ McConnell's style of play, I mean, he's aggressive from the get-go, trying to find his shot. Everything he does is at full speed because he doesn't have the size, but he has the heart.
Luke and his dad, Tom, one of only 2 active father-son head coaches who are coaching at the same school. Again, Tom did it from 92 to 99. Luke is now following in his footsteps. The only other
players can take from TJ McConnell's style of play, I mean, he's aggressive from the get-go, trying to find his shot. Everything he does is at full speed because he doesn't have the size, but he has the heart.
Luke and his dad, Tom, one of only 2 active father-son head coaches who are coaching at the same school. Again, Tom did it from 92 to 99. Luke is now following in his footsteps. The only other father-son combo like that is in Davidson. Bob McKillop, and now his son Matt is the head coach at the Wildcats.
What a cool opportunity. And as you can see now, first mix-up here, Coach goes with 3 new players. We got Clapchar, Isaiah Brown, and Micah Handlogden finding some minutes here early. Offense looks different already. But that's exactly what you want to see. Now sophomore Isaiah Brown getting opportunity. First thing is he building on the identity of this team. Florida Gator team that leads the nation in offensive rebounds, gets his first spot, an opportunity that goes on the board at the free throw line right now.
And PY, we might be witnessing the only time I'm going to say this for Todd Golden. He's the old head in the head coaches tonight. 36-year-old Luke McConnell. Todd Golden is always known as so young, just 39 years old, the youngest head coach to win a national championship in 42 years. The youngest one since then, 1983, Jim Valvano for the NC State Wolfpack.
That's a great piece of company to be there with, and I know Jimmy V weekend just finished up here, but if you have never had an opportunity to watch the speech, one of the greatest motivational speeches, timeless, by Jimmy Valvano that will affect you today.
It's a 12-2 Gators lead. Shooting the ball very well out of the chute. And Cam Tweedy gets on the board. Second bucket of the night for the Red Flash.
Just want to see a little bit more aggressiveness from Micah Handlogden. He's been a little slow in starts.
Bounce pass, Clapchar, and Condon gets it to go.
He's never slow in starts. When he gets the ball down in the paint, Condon usually gets to that right hand, sometimes thinks too much with his fakes, but has great touch under the basket.
Zion Russell uses the backboard. Nice touch. Here's Brown from the corner.
Again, as a head coach, can I trust that when you come in and get the opportunity, you're going to maximize it? Even after a made basket, Isaiah runs down to his spot into the corner, knocks down the opportunity. Easy find, easy basket.
I know it's early, but Gators are 2 for 3 from downtown. This is a team shooting 27% from three-point range in their first 10 games of the year.
You don't have to make them all. Obviously, that's impossible. You just can't miss them all. 6 out of 28, which is kind of a number that Florida's been at a lot this year from the three-point line. It's just not good enough.
Brown, left-handed 3. That one's off. The follow by the birthday boy, Micah Handlogden.
There you go.
Turning 22 years old today.
First offensive rebound, or second offensive rebound, I should say there. What a story, Handlogden. Having that gruesome injury 2 seasons ago. Tough decision to come back and play to help this team win a national championship. having this last opportunity here to play in the orange and blue.
And Klapshar stepped on the line out of bounds. It'll be red flash basketball. We talked about the offensive struggles, especially from outside the arc. Here's a look at what we're talking about by the numbers.
Yeah, by percentage, and then an even better to put up here would be makes per game. And last season, Florida was also a really good offensive rebounding team. So to inflate these numbers even more, when you are a team that can make a good amount of threes, 36% is fantastic. It's really difficult at 26. You're asking a lot from your guys on the glass that's just not sustainable.
Here's Ahmad Harrison, 55 in white. And the bespectacled one hits his first shot in the game. Didn't take him long.
It's a pretty looking jump shot.
He only had 5 points against Temple in their most recent game, but he did it in 6 minutes. Hauk, inside out. Lee thought about it, gave it back to Hauk. That one's too strong. Saved by Handlockton. And he was out of bounds. Gators aren't used to playing on this floor. They've been away from home 26 days.
Isn't that strange? Well, good thing is, even with the holidays, this is still a great atmosphere, great crowd here to come and support this team. And again, more than anything, you want both teams here to have fun, to stay safe, and just make the most of the opportunity. What a beautiful game of basketball we are blessed to be a part of.
And we're going the other way. That's a red flash turnover. You know, Patrick, we talked a bunch already about the shooting struggles for the University of Florida. Todd Golden doesn't necessarily point to that as the reason they're 6-4 coming into this game. What do you think needs to change or get better so far for the Gators to make a late charge in March?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. And you know, Gator fans, obviously you want to see more wins and losses at this point in the season, especially in those matchups. But you look at those top 5, top 10 losses, they're all a total of 11 points. Do the Gators need to shoot better? Absolutely. Do they need to turn the ball over less? Absolutely. Do they need to continue to get stops without rebounding? Without a doubt. What can the Gators control that will put them in a better position? You can't control the ball going in and out.
Here's Russell working on Brown. And Isaiah Brown whistled for his first foul. We'll take our under 12 media time at 11:36 to go. That's what they're chasing, another national championship. Friday morning, December 19th for Alabama, Oklahoma. Our full day coverage begins at 8 Eastern and wraps up with SEC football final. And Saturday morning, December 20th, the crew will be in College Station and Oxford to get you set for Miami A&M and Tulane Ole Miss. SEC Nation starts at 10 a.m. Eastern coverage finishes up with another SEC football final. I know a lot of Gator fans will be watching that Tulane Ole Miss game,
locked in,
considering their newest head football coach,
remember the
John
score of the first
Summerall, will
one?
be there.
Remember the score of the first one?
I do not.
45-10.
Ooh, someone was paying attention.
Well, when they say that the matchup already happened previously, you want to see what happened, and hopefully not the same result in terms of a blowout, but a good game. You always want a good one.
Wicks, quick trigger, no good. And Lee comes away with it, leading the transition for the Gators. Xavier Lee takes it himself.
Beautiful.
A one-man fast break.
That is Xavier Lee going at his pace, getting to what he wants in such a fluid way.
Freshman Papadopoulos off the mark. Offensive rebound gets a fresh 20 for the Red Flash. Blocked by Chinyelu and saved by Lee.
As Ron Slay would say, block party.
Sure, he appreciates the shout out in the studio. Inside, Chinyelu at the other end. Yes, sir, another dunk.
Reward the big fella. I think it should be an unwritten rule when the big man makes a great play defensively. If he's within 5 feet of the basket posting up, you got to give him the ball.
I agree, and it's not just because I'm sitting next to you. That one off the mark by Tweedy. A 25-8 lead in the first 10 minutes of this first half. Here's Houck working on the freshman. Now Lee tries for three. Too strong. You know this crowd wanted that one to go down. Chinyelu. He faces up, and the foul is going to go on Cam Tweedy.
Chinyelu with the great timing comes in to help, keeps it in bounds. That's the key there, and does his job on the other side. Not only do you want to get the position as a big, come away with the ball with two hands to security. The disadvantage you have when you get in the paint, guards are always going to try to slap down and knock the ball out of your hands, and Chinyelu does a great job there, grabbing it and finish it with authority.
Well, Todd Golden told his troops this morning at practice they want 6 feet in the paint, meaning when a shot goes up, they want everybody crashing the glass to try to get an offensive rebound. We've seen that so far in the first half.
Without a doubt, and again, Florida, Coach Golden's not going to tell his team ever. He's not going to tell his guys ever to stop shooting. So you got to play the numbers game. You want to get to the rim and get those offensive rebounds as best as you can. Gives you the percentages on three-pointers made after an offensive rebound is almost 50%, Rich.
Papadopoulos gets one to go. Nice touch from the freshman. Here's Condon. Out to Lee, top of the key. Yes, sir. Xavier Lee has 7.
What you're really loving to see right here, Rich, we talked about it a second ago. Florida's really taking care of the basketball thus far. 2 turnovers, running their offense, making tough entry passes, being aggressive. Condon still getting double team, making the wise choice.
There's a turnover by Lee. And the leak out and the throwdown from Ralph Martino. Luke McConnell calls him the most athletic guy he's ever coached, and he showed it there.
He showed it right there. Do we need to check that logo on the court to see if it's okay?
Is there a trampoline under there that we didn't notice? Here's Condon.
Interested to see here how Florida handles the zone. They got a lot of zone against Providence.
Condon, nice touch. Balanced scoring for the Gators so far. Now we see 11 in black. C.J. Ingram on the floor getting some early burn. He's someone you're looking forward to seeing.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. He's such a great slasher. Another great finish. That's the thing here. Florida having such size, there's going to be many a times where in transition, because they have 3 guys 6'9" and up, there's going to be a mismatch. Just get it closer to the paint. Give me the ball. I'm going to put it in. Alex Condon.
Loose ball, 50-50.
I think I made that call. First to the ground.
Well, Ralph Martino, his team's down, but he is
boing, up. Boing, boing.
They only have 4 offensive rebounds, but I think Todd Golden will live with that, considering his team is shooting 75% from the field to start.
Without a doubt. You just want your team to still embody the principles of getting to the glass. Just because the shots are going in, still going in with 6 feet towards not assuming anything. You never make any assumptions in the game of basketball.
Yeah, they are 3 for 7 from deep, so that's good. But 24 of their 34 points have come in the painted area. Here's a 3, and it's good. And there's C.J. Ingram.
C.J. Ingram, I remember his very first shot, three-pointer earlier this season, was an air ball from the corner. Good to see him find his confidence back since the opportunities haven't been so great. Also to know Alex Lloyd making his debut into this game here. Let's see if the freshman can make an impact here as well.
Next 3 games, including this one, are all home against weaker non-conference opponents, and Todd Golden made no bones about it. He wants to work on the depth of this Gators team. Ingram, Lloyd are 2 great examples of that.
There's no better opportunity, obviously practice, but for these guys, when the lights are actually on, to come out here and do something, to experience the speed of the game. Another team that's going to take no mercy on you. Not saying that they put mercy on these guys in practice, but you're not going to get game-like opportunities outside of the game.
And here's Lloyd. He and Ingram, the only true freshmen that Todd Golden has on this 25-26 roster.
You can see St. Francis came out of that zone.
Condon short on the 3. Wicks goes right into the teeth of the Gators defense.
Physical. Wicks, again, a guy that knows how to score the basket. He's not afraid of contact. Goes straight to the chest of Micah Handlog and is able to find a finish there.
Wing three, too strong this time, one and done for the Gators. Here's Russell. And the trail three. Wicks can't hit it, but a foul underneath the basket.
So you got 2 possessions here in a row with guys that aren't playing as much in the guard position here, and just settling, run the offense a little bit more for the Gators, for this team to find some rotation minutes for these guys that don't get as many. But, you know, the great Thomas Houck has made his way back into the game, so immediate impact. Watch.
So Ingram out, Houck back on. 4 starters plus Handlocker on the floor for Todd Golden now. And a nice touch off the window for Ahmad Harrison, his second bucket.
Ahmad Harrison, the opportunities aren't coming too often, and I think he should take advantage of the one-on-ones. His being left-handed, he has nice touch and ability to get to a shot.
And that's the second top of the key three that Alex Condon has come up short on. And he pinned that one against the backboard. Russell, they go in and out. For one more, Martino. Corner three off, and Boogie Flan brings it up. There's a lob, and Condon couldn't handle it.
Not sure if we want to go back to that block by Alex Condon. The timing was impeccable. Didn't lead to anything on the offensive side, but I think it was a little statement of frustration as he completely pinned that shot straight to the backboard. Be good for Condon, who is a capable three-point shooter. Those are looks you do want him to take if they have them. Good for him to get to the free throw line. See the ball go in. He's going to get another opportunity to shoot one. He's not a 40% three-point shooter, but you don't give him a wide-open shot.
Coming up next, Madison Booker leads number 2 Texas women against Northwestern State at the Moody Center in Austin. It's also available on the ESPN app. SEC women's teams have 4 clubs in the top 10. South Carolina's number 3, LSU number 5, Oklahoma number 8.
Madison Booker. Oof. If you like basketball, you need to watch that young lady play.
Tipped away by Flan. And here's Russell all the way, had it blocked by Chinyelu, but they're going to get Rubin for the foul.
Going to need to see the replay there. Must have been contact in the body because Rubin got that clear up top. Contact seemed to be initiated there on the offensive player. You know, you can't win them all when you're a big guy. You got to accept there's just going to be fouls of casualty fouls. This happens when you're too big.
So, Rubin takes a seat on the bench, and the training staff working on him as Zion Russell steps to the line. First free throws of the night for the Red Flash, and he makes the first. Russell, a really powerful scoring type point guard, had 15 points on the road at Xavier and 14 and 7 assists in their last game at Temple. Comes up short on the second free throw.
Good hustle there by Alex Lloyd. One thing that drives coaches crazy, offensive rebounds off of free throws. He was able to prevent that from happening.
Under 4 minutes to go in the first half, a half dominated by the 23rd ranked Florida Gators. Here's the freshman Lloyd. And he had the pass tipped and picked off. Here's Wicks. He has the neon green light, and shows you why.
Oh, neon. Triple green. Alex Condon obviously gets double teamed.
And Condon will go back to the line.
Condon gets double teamed the most. Wicks here just with the focus, Doesn't matter, Thomas Houck, I'm going to put this one in on you. Thank you very much.
From Dad to Ellis.
Playing days in Florida. I think a big shout out is going to go to Christine Donovan. Great story here. As you can imagine, a lot of players don't love playing around this time of the year. And we had a practice one day and the energy level wasn't there. And this is a little bit before Christmas, and Coach Donovan sends us home to go come back to practice later. Christine Donovan saved the day because she had a full plan for the team to come and enjoy the holiday season, and thank goodness got us out of that second practice. So thank you, Christine Donovan, for the gift of patience and grace.
Alex Condon, the only player in the game so far in double digits. He leads all scorers with 11 and a perfect 3 for 3 from the stripe.
There we
Make
go.
it 4 for 4 for Condon.
Stroke looks good. That's the thing. You know, you see him take 3-pointers, he can make them. I think St. Francis, I think they probably want him to take that shot because they cannot handle him in the paint.
Here's Liberis, 21 in white. Hands it off to Martina.
You really want to see Florida finish strong here, especially on the defensive side.
Wicks over the outstretched hand of Alex Condon. Nice feed inside, and Wicks has his 4th bucket of the night.
Great offensive rebound and focus from the big. Being able to stay in bounds, find his guy.
Isaiah Brown on the floor with Boogie Fland in the backcourt. Xavier Lee out there as well in the corner. Boogie, the lob, and Brown, chomp, chomp. Woo.
I think the pass can't be overstated here. Boogie Fland having the awareness. As you can see, he gets his breakdown in the corner of his eye. Soft pass with touch to make it very easy for Isaiah Brown. All he had to do was catch it and put it in.
That might make a top 10 list somewhere tonight.
Best dunk of the night thus far?
I would say so.
For the Gators.
Florida coming in 6-4. All 4 losses by a grand total of 15 points. They played one of the toughest schedules in the country. And it looks like they're ready to take it out on the Red Flash tonight.
Got to. After having some games they wish they could get back.
Condon couldn't make up his mind and traveled with it instead.
When you have some games you really want to make up for after you watch the film, obviously you want to get back on the court and show coach, no, we got it. We understand what we need to do. And thus far, really good start from the Gators in this game and get home game. Sure feels really good for them to be back home.
6th UF turnover, only 4 turnovers for St. Francis. It's been a pretty clean basketball game.
Pretty clean basketball, not a lot of fouls, not a lot to the free throw line, but really Florida's affecting a lot at the rim just like that.
Good hands by UF, but the Red Flash get it back. Loose ball again, picked up by Lee. Whew.
Great effort by Lee to keep that play alive.
Out to work. Handlockton follows it up.
Almost a Blake Griffin-like throw-in there from the tip. Great focus by Handlockton. Just an emphasis here for the Gators. Always stay on the glass. Handlockton is going to be one of the leaders for this Gator team of being on the offensive glass, creating second opportunities.
28 points in the paint for the Florida Gators. And it would stand to reason when you look at these two rosters, there's only one player taller than 6'9" on the Red Flash. That's Justin Liberis. He's 6'9". But you know these big guys that the Gators trot out. 7-foot Alex Condon, 6'10" Thomas Houck, and of course the 7-footer Micah Handlockton.
One difficulty I do want Gator fans and just teams that are watching this game trying to understand a little bit of Florida. You know, Thomas Houck playing the 3, he's been sensational, but because Condon and Chinyelu aren't great three-point shooters, a lot of their spacing has been taken away. So let's see how Coach Golden coaches that team up to adapt to such things.
Loose ball, it's going to be an over and back, another St. Francis turnover.
Ten assists with 6 turnovers right now for the Gators. Want those numbers to continue to separate. As of now, they have a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Not ideal for a championship caliber team. Helps when you shoot a little bit better than 27% from the three-point line.
Yeah. Todd Golden said it after the win against George Washington. That was in Sunrise, Florida. He said, look, we're not going to, pout about a 10-point win against a good team, but only 2 players in that game for the Gators made a 3-pointer, Houck and Lee. Today, already 4 different Gators have knocked one down from distance.
Yeah, absolutely. And these shots that they're getting are in rhythm. They're on time. They're not grenades, as you like to say, when the shot clock has 2 seconds left and maybe you don't want a bad stat. And I say, here, teammate, you can take this miss.
Xavier Lee.
I would have taken one of those. Yeah. I never even gotten a grenade when I was playing. Coach would have forgiven me for taking the 3 if I had to.
I don't really ever remember you standing outside the 3-point line. You knew where your bread was buttered.
I did. But nowadays, you see how much the game has changed. You always have that, man, what if?
Right. 7-footers shooting 3s is the norm now in college basketball, as it is in the NBA.
Wembanyama is broken basketball at his 7'5" stature and his ability to handle and shoot the basketball.
Crazy, right? And yet that's what's so beautiful about this game. We're looking at Xavier Lee, 6'4", point guard handles. It's quickly become positionless basketball all over the world.
Yeah, without a doubt. If you have that ability, that's why a lot of college players, another great shot and touch there by Wicks, just has an innate ability to get to his shot and finish those effortlessly. Doesn't matter who was guarding him on a shot like that.
So now the shot clock's off. Gators going to hold for the last one. 7 seconds to go in the half. Brown takes it into the painted area, gets it up, and will go to the line with 2.8 to go.
you want to give credit looking back at this play. You don't get a stat for this, but Micah Handloggin holds his man illegally with post position, allowing Isaiah that opportunity to get to the basket. That's winning basketball, opening up opportunities for your teammates to get points.
And you know what? It's a great point because it's something that, among many things, Todd Golden and his staff track. They call those screen assists.
Yes.
Didn't result in a basket, but resulted in the Gators going to the free throw line.
At some point, I think we'll need to talk about the coaching style and methods of Coach Golden with analytics and how he builds his teams.
Time running down, good if it goes, and it does. They're going to count it. Zion Russell at the buzzer. And of course, with time running down, the officiating crew will review it, but certainly in live action, looked like it was good off his hand.
I'm not sure, of course, hats off to him knocking the shot down, but no pressure.
After review, shot is no good.
No, it is not good.
No good.
And that is why I am not a referee. So we go to the break. The Florida Gators up 21-47 at 23. They're 5-1 when they have a lead at the half. This is their biggest lead at the half so far this year. We're back with the studio taking the reins right after this.
Thank you, Rich. 47-20.
of not only scholarships but NIL money. They couldn't afford to stay in Division I, so they're going to D3. And yet, what a statement about this program and their head coach that 4 different players returned from last year's team to continue to play for St. Francis.
With knowing that information, and just quite intriguing that, and I obviously I'm not in the front office or the administration to jump from Division I to Division III. Had a great reason for that.
And both teams showing a lot of fight and a lot of grit and a little bit of blood to show for it. Ruben Chinyelu and Skylar Wicks exchanging pleasantries.
Did Ruben get a little something again? Had a little bloody lip earlier.
Trainer John Michelini taking a look. Just like a corner man.
Just like it. You saw Ruben, he didn't want any attention. Come on, man. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Let's go.
So after the dust up, it'll be St. Francis basketball under their own basket. Here's Martino. And Chinyelu with the good hands. 10 on the timer. Now a corner 3. Well short, but Payne picks up his own miss and gets fouled for his efforts. Victor Payne will go to the line and shoot 2.
One coach I heard someone say, you don't allow in a win what you wouldn't allow in a loss. This foul is not supposed to happen. That's a skip pass. Alex Condon, I get it, a short closeout. Maybe this is a non-shooter, but then you allow him to get the offensive rebound. That's to the level that this Florida team wants to compete in the SEC. Those are plays that aren't acceptable. Those deflate your team and put you in a bad situation. That could have given Chinyelu a foul where he has to go on the bench.
And that could have very easily been Alex Condon's 4th block of the night. He still has 3, but saddled with his first foul after that. Now Condon to Flan from the wing. Too strong. Offensive rebound, Houck. This is the best offensive rebounding team in the nation. Just about 17 offensive rebounds a game for the Florida Gators.
That has to be an emphasis. I like to tell a team when I get a chance, whatever your strength is, you have to make sure no matter what, that you're bringing that to the table every single game. Your physicality on the glass.
Chinyelu. Did Ruben Chinyelu just try a finger roll?
He wanted to show a little finesse. You know, we know he has the power. But again, I'll tell you this, early in the season, Florida had Miami in Jacksonville. Loved seeing Ruben Chinyelu fake some dribble handoffs and get straight to the basket, pick up a foul, get a nice dunk. His game has expanded so much since his first season here, and you hope it only continues to progress.
And he is the embodiment of a workhorse. Started 40 games last year, all 40 games for the Gators, one of 5 Gators ever to turn that trick. Will Richard did it, Torian Green, an assistant coach on Todd Golden's staff, Lee Humphrey, and Joakim Noah all turned that trick.
Well, it's
along
a rare,
with Ruben Chinyelu.
It's a rare opportunity to even get to play 40 games.
So the big men dominating for the Gators. Condon with 14, Chinyelu a dozen. And the Gators lead is 53-27. That 3 well off the mark. Only 1 3-pointer made so far tonight by the Red Flash.
Ruben.
Rebound to Condon. Out, left alone. He can knock that down, but he's off the mark. Another offensive board by Chinyelu. Lee right into the teeth of the defense, and he turned it over.
Just not sure why you go into where there's no space. Keep the spacing there for Lee.
There's Torian Green, a terrific guard in his own right. Played on the national championship teams in 06, 07, and he and Todd Golden and the entire coaching staff said one of the things they need to see improvement on is ball handling and taking care of the basketball.
Without a doubt. Last year I remember watching many SEC games that were decided with point guards not being able to hand the ball late in games. Xavier Lee and Boogie Fland, that's going to be on them, and Thomas out sometimes as well. Oh, layup or
Here's
dunk.
Lee on the layout. The lead is ballooned to 28 for the Gators. And Lee took a shot to the back of the head. Well, we've seen a couple of dunks tonight. Xavier Lee getting in the act.
Roll out the red carpet. Don't mind if I do. Let me catch my steps. Oh, yeah, I can get up there, too.
Lee, the people's elbow almost on the back of the head. Lee got the worst of that exchange, and during the timeout, the officials, I believe, made the right call. They upgraded it to a flagrant one. That means 2 shots and the ball for the Gators.
Yeah, they're fortunate. Florida Gator Rowdy Reptiles have a cheer. When a foul like that happens, you can't do that. Not within the rules of the game. All about physicality, but anything above the head or neck area, that's dangerous and just not basketball. Not intentional, but either way.
The previous play has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul. It'll be 2 shots for Florida. Number 1, and Florida's ball on the baseline.
So Xavier Lee will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. His first trip to the stripe tonight. An 83% free throw shooter on the season. This is a young man who has garnered a lot of attention at the start of the season. He was one of the top portal transfers, and he has struggled mightily from beyond the arc to start this season. But the last couple of games, PY, we're starting to see the Xavier Lee that Todd Golden coveted so much coming to Gainesville.
Look, Gator fans, if you give Xavier Lee the schedule, the non-conference schedule that the national championship Florida team had last season, the numbers are going to look different. Obviously, that team ran through non-conference. They didn't have the level of top 10, top 5 matchups, especially to start the season. That's a big ask for a point guard to come to a completely new team against Arizona, who has proved themselves to be number 2 in the country.
Nice lob. And the birthday boy gets a birthday present. It's Urban Klobzar to Micah Handlockton.
But to your point, Lee has definitely picked up his feel. You still want to see him find a little bit easier baskets.
Nice left-hand touch by Cam Tweedy.
And maybe even create a little bit for his teammates. See, he can really pass it. Averaged 7 assists a game at Princeton last year.
Yeah, he had 2 triple-doubles as a Tiger.
Fans, go look at his highlights against Rutgers last year. If you get that Xavier Lee, watch out.
Triple try, no good. And St. Francis has a chance to get back-to-back buckets. Down 30. And Zion Russell pulls his way to the basket, and the foul's going to be on Handlockton.
Seemed to be pretty solid defense there.
So here's Zion Russell, the fifth-year senior. Knocks down the first one. LSU and Oklahoma highlighting Monday night's SEC Network men's basketball doubleheader. De'Don Thomas Jr. leading the Tigers' balanced attack against Prairie View at 7 Eastern. Then Nigel Pack and the Sooners host Stetson at the Lloyd Noble Center. Both games available on the ESPN app. And of course, Todd Golden has a former Sooner assistant coach on his staff, the guy in charge of the big men.
Yes, sir.
Carlin Hartman spent a number of years as an Oklahoma assistant under former Gator head coach Lon Kruger.
One of the greats.
There's a nice take by Boogie, slicing through the Red Flash defense.
Really love how Lon Kruger was able to lead Florida to a Final Four team that consisted of many greats. Andrew DeClerc, Dan Cross, Demetrius Hill, Meat Hook. Those guys are still best friends to this day.
There's another 2 by Cam Tweedy. As a matter of fact, you're talking about a team that played, back in the early 90s. That was the last time these two teams faced each other.
Wow.
And guess what? Luke McConnell, as St. Francis' head coach, was 5 years old at the time.
Yeah. They were getting the age there.
So Klobzar gets into the act with the 3, his first field goal of the game.
Probably going to see a lot of one-on-one here.
Wicks, nice touch in the mid-range. 15 for Skylar Wicks, averaging just a tick under 19 a game. And down goes Handlockton off the screen. Ahmad Harrison run into him. Well, we mentioned Carlin Hartman. Here he is in his 4th season with Todd Golden and the Gators.
I give so much credit to Coach Hartman. If you, again, look back to Ruben Chinyelu early last season, it was difficult for the very talented young man to catch the ball, chew gum, take his time, all those at the same time, and look at how his game has transformed thus far.
Tipped away by Martino out of bounds. It'll stay Gator basketball, 12 on the shot clock.
The one thing that you can't coach when you think about Ruben Chinyelu is how hard he just works.
Tough take by Lee.
Need to see more of that, him build that confidence. It just opens up so much more for the rest of his teammates when he's a threat to get to the basket.
There's the freshman Papadopoulos. He's got game. Harris Papadopoulos in his bag, but Isaiah Brown has an answer at the other end.
See, that's a pivotal point there for emphasis. We have a timeout.
Luke McConnell calls a timeout with 12:02 to go. The dunk show from the Gators continues.
going into SEC play. It's only going to get more difficult from here, but good to see him find some consistency in these last few games.
Second leading scorer on the Gators tonight. Alex Condon leading the way with 14. Xavier has a baker's dozen, and Ruben Chinule chipping in with a dozen himself. Florida is led from the opening tip. They have their largest lead now, which is 31-68-37.
Not too many opportunities for a double-double for any guy tonight.
Well, Gators are shooting 63% from the field, so not a lot of rebounding opportunities, at least on the offensive end. Here's Klavzar, got another one. That's his specialty.
You know, for St. Francis, again, a fixable thing. They just don't get back well in transition off of makes or misses. There's got to be a level of urgency. This could be a conditioning thing as well. Florida could just be in better conditioning.
Here's Brown, already with a career high. Doesn't add to it there. At what point with the lead as it is now, PY, do we think that Todd Golden starts going more to his bench?
Even deeper? Probably after this possession.
Klavzar with the throwdown.
6'1". Getting up.
And the Gator bench loves it. Smallest player on the team, Urban Klavzar, with a two-hand jam. There's Russell with an answer, if only for a moment. Yeah, I'm with you. He didn't make that look like it was tough.
Isaiah Brown with the hustle and the effort finds his teammate. Easy, 2 feet.
Impressive.
Yeah, and it's always difficult for Mike White or Todd Golden coming on to build your own system after a guy was there that had his style and whatnot, and you can see in the 16 and 17 season to start out. Really grateful that coach was able to bring Colin Castleton back. Would have loved to see him on one of those elite teams. Last year, I remember Chris Harry going into the season, he said, Pat, Coach Golden has his team. Enough said at that point right there. Who would have really thought Walter was going to be that special, though? Goodness.
And the big question was, how do they replace the backcourt that provided so much production and so much leadership? And that's when Boogie Fland and Xavier Lee entered the conversation. So, of course, there's going to be a microscope and a spotlight on both of them.
And without a doubt, obviously, you have to look full depth here. Lost Denzel Aberdeen, Urban Clapshard with a great play, saving that, throwing it off the St. Francis defender. But the loss of Denzel Aberdeen is something you count as well for rebuilding this roster.
The call on the floor is Florida basketball. That play has been challenged by St. Francis.
All right, Luke McConnell, use it or lose it. He's using his challenge to see if maybe they could get an extra possession out of this.
That was beautiful.
I just don't see it, though.
Inbounds, off his leg, out of there.
Well, we'll wait for the official review, but it looks to us like it was the right call, and it will be Florida Gators basketball. But you know Todd Golden's going to look back at this, and this is one of the plays he's going to really like, because the team's up 32.
Absolutely.
And guys like Clapshard are still hustling like that.
Yeah, I think coaches just have a little bit of a perfectionist mindset at times, and I get it, because there's going to be games down the road where you're going to want guys to make effort plays like this, and this needs to be reinforced. Doesn't matter in a big win, a loss. Winning plays like this need always the attention, the affirmation to say we need more guys to do exactly that.
After review, the call on the floor stands. St. Francis will be charged with a 30-second timeout and out of challenges.
All right, so Luke McConnell in his first season as head coach hasn't had a lot of opportunities to put some challenge calls on the table, and he does, and comes up empty. So St. Francis loses a timeout, and they're out of challenges. No ability to do that as this game goes on. It'll be Florida basketball.
What is the focus here the last 10 minutes? Stay locked in, run your offense. Don't allow St. Francis to stay in this game or go on any type of run, primarily.
Lee got another three, his second of the night.
Love that sound.
And now Xavier Lee leads the Gators with 16. As we said, he's starting to heat up. His last 4 games coming in, 17 points a game and 35% from distance.
Freshman Alex Lloyd getting some minutes here.
Liveris, the big man from the top of the key, no good. Snared by Chinyelu. Here's Lloyd. Clapshard in his bag.
Oh my goodness.
And the lob, but Condon and Chinyelu couldn't decide who that lob was for.
I think that was meant to be for Condon. That would have taken the roof down.
Papadopoulos. I think Luke McConnell's got something in that freshman, Paris Papadopoulos. Here's Lloyd. In and out on the three. Offensive rebound from Chinyelu. Lee again, make it 18 for Xavier Lee.
Left hand. When you offensive rebound, especially at the high level Florida does, there's an automatic mismatch somewhere. Rubin has done a great job this year of deciding when to keep it and go himself and when to pass it.
Nice pocket pass on the back cut. Zion Russell to Ralph Martino. Lee, Lloyd. Now Russell, Martino wants the lob, and Russell overthrew it. Timeout on the floor, 7:46 to go. Number 23, Florida. Happy to be back in the O-Dome.
What should I make for the party?
Florida Gators tonight. Klabjar off the mark on that three.
Been a good call game so far. I haven't heard the whistle too much.
That foul was away from the ball, so it'll be Gators basketball. And again, Klabjar. But another offensive rebound from Chinyelu. Thomas Houck, he's been quiet in the second half. They certainly haven't needed him.
Man, Ruben Chinyelu has grabbed about 5 rebounds since he's gotten in. I think he had 4.
Closing in on a double-double now.
Closing in on double-double.
8 rebounds.
Really getting after it.
Alex Condon has 14 points and 7 rebounds to go along with 5 assists. There's Houck with the first. Coming up next, Madison Booker leads number 2 Texas women against Northwestern State at the Moody Center in Austin. It's also available on the ESPN app. Tonight's game that we're calling, Patrick, was the back half of a doubleheader. We got to see the Gator women take care of FAMU. McDonald's All-American Miara O'Neal with the double-double, 14 and 11.
Kelly Ray Finley, someone I've known before when she was finding her way and seeing what path she was going to take. So happy to see her at the helm here, doing a fantastic job. Obviously, needs to continue to bring in talent. But solid start for the Lady Gators thus far.
They're 11-2 on the year. Liv McGill led all scorers with 29 points.
McGill
she is a bucket.
Is fun to watch. She's so good.
She had 38 and 10 dimes earlier this year in a game.
She's what you call a focal point.
Look at the Gators D. Up triple digits nearly, and they're still going at it.
Yes, absolutely. That's a possession right there. Coach Golden may highlight to his team as well. Late in the game, Florida has not played a full 40-minute game thus far.
Here's Flan. Got it! First 3 of the night for Boogie Flan.
Huge for Boogie Flan. I think the three-point shot isn't his strength, but he does need to be able to knock those opportunities open. Love when he gets to his mid-range jump shot.
They're only 8 for 25 tonight, but 6 different Gators.
And that'll be 10 rebounds right there for Ruben Chinyelu.
How about that? A double-double for Rube. Let's take a look at the last triple, this time by John Well, Boogie Flan.
John Well, Boogie Flan. Don't mind if I do. If he has time, catch and shoot, I think majority of guys, I mean, across this, at this level of college basketball, you have time and space and a rhythm. It's off the dribble that really separates good players from great players. Walter Clayton, for example, was unbelievable off the dribble getting to his shot, especially when it mattered the most. So those are really big shoes to fill for Xavier Lee and Boogie Flan. You don't have to be Walter Clayton, but find whatever your strength is and bring that at a high level. That will elevate the level of this Gator team.
Boogie was so good in that game at Cameron Indoor against Duke. 16 points, 7 for 16 from the field. He has 9 tonight. And the Gators lead by 42. And for the first time tonight, with about 6 minutes to go, the chants from the Rowdy Reptiles are starting. We want Ollie. Talking about Olivier Rioux.
Wow.
And that jumper's good. There's the big 7-footer.
Wonder what goes through his head in this moment. Of course, he wants to get the opportunity to come out on the court for sure.
Klabjar. Aggressive again. Will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Klabjar, he has the difficulty of filling in and taking a lot more minutes here. Obviously, with the departure of 4 guards, 3 to the NBA, 1 via transfer. Great opportunity for him to make an impact with his team, not just his shooting ability, but defensively. Play a little bit of overseas basketball before making his way over here. It's very interesting. You don't typically play basketball and achieve your education at the same time overseas. It's one or the other.
The junior from Slovenia, the 4th Florida Gator in double figures tonight.
Too much hands.
That foul is going to be on Ingram. And, you know, Urban Klapjar obviously was part of the team last year. Didn't get a ton of minutes, but has a championship ring.
Yep.
He has been appropriately Americanized, if you will. He's from Slovenia. His favorite show is Stranger Things.
Yeah. Got great taste.
And there's another rebound by Chinyalu. He had 21 earlier this season.
I watched that one. That was... And he could have had more. Coach pulled him out a little bit sooner than I think he would have liked.
That was the most rebounds in a game by a Gator in 43 years. He did it against Merrimack. That, by the way, was the same game that Olivier Rioux
got in. You're absolutely right.
Got his first point and his first rebound.
A 42-point lead here.
Well, it's getting close to that time where Todd Golden's not necessarily going to listen to the fans, but going to give the fans what they want.
I'm not sure what the rules are for when you make those decisions, but it seems like this is a territory pretty close to emptying the bench a bit.
Well, something tells me if any head coach has an algorithm for that, it's Todd Golden.
Right.
He and his staff have worked up a system to figure exactly that out.
And one of the analytics in my face, the most a moment that I've seen with Todd Golden. Go back to the Elite Eight game against Texas Tech when Florida was down 12. They fouled a 75% free throw shooter and an 82% free throw shooter on 1-and-1s. They both missed the front ends, and on opposite possessions scored 3-point baskets. At that point, I knew the game was over.
How about that? There's an easy 2 off the window for Boogie Fland. Now 5 Florida Gators in double figures. And it looks like Victor Mikic is set to check in for the first time for the Gators.
You want another taste of European basketball, type in Partizan versus Red Star. Partizan is the club that Victor played on out in Serbia. And you think we have rivalries here. Those atmospheres are second to none in the world when it comes to basketball.
Well, Mikic has played 16 minutes so far this season. He has 6 points. Hasn't played in 4 of the last 5, but now he's getting some burn against St. Francis with 4 minutes to go. Number 12 in black. See if they get him a touch. That one's stolen away by Wicks. And good effort by C.J. Ingram, defensive transition, but he's whistled for another foul. Well, it's academic at this point. A 91-48 Florida lead. Number 23 in the country doing what they're expected to do.
What powers her?
Ball season almost over already.
Just another 2 months.
Almost out of there.
Well, it's that time of year. This is the first year of the 12-team playoff. Ole Miss will be without their head coach going into the playoffs. Tulane, however, will be with their head coach. And then after their run is done, John Summerall coming over to Gainesville.
What a weird, just atmosphere. You want some safeguards. I would love there to be some safeguards to prevent this from happening, this tampering. You know, I don't like the transfer portal being available while teams are still in season.
I agree.
Not fair to those teams that are still doing well and pursuing a championship. Having these conversations with a coach about leaving while he's still trying to coach his team on to win. Come on.
And look, it's happened plenty of times, I'm sure, and a lot of times that nobody has found out about. But I think with the circus that became the Lane Kiffin situation, I feel like that will be the fulcrum point that will lead to some rule changes.
Oh, without a doubt. Absolutely. Tough night here for Lloyd. I believe that was his 4th turnover. 3rd turnover. Oh, yeah, 4th turnover.
And you see Carlin Hartman trying to coach him up and give him a little love as he is dejected going to the bench.
Keep your head up, young fella. Casey Prather, one of the greatest stories here in Florida Gator basketball history, struggled for 3 seasons until he was able to unlock his game and have one of the best seasons, leading my team to a Final Four back in 2014.
Should be noted, number 8, Alex Kovacev on the floor now for Todd Golden. And Handlock gets another 2. 6 gamers in double figures.
Love to see Handlock get a double-double on his birthday. Coach is thinking about it.
Well, there aren't that many more options. Cooper Josephsberg has the flu. He will not play. A.J. Brown is another option, but there's some conversations about him possibly redshirting.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, with where we are in the season, how tight the lineup has been, just doesn't seem to be ideal for A.J. Brown to burn a year where he might not get a lot of minutes. Maximize that time in practice. That's the key. That's the flip side. Hey, you can keep some eligibility, get better in practice. I mean, what a beautiful opportunity for Isaiah and AJ to play together, as brothers, to spend time together in the college uniform.
First brothers since the Shintius brothers at Florida did it. And there's Kovacev chipping in with a triple.
Kovacev is absolutely certain that one was going in. Seems like we're sitting right at 43.
You would be correct. That would be the margin of victory right now.
Margin of victory right now.
Florida's season high is 104. They did that against North Florida. And how about Mikic getting in the act with a triple? And now Olivier Rioux has taken off the warm-up and is going to the scorer's table. And the O-Dome Reptile Rowdies are losing their minds.
So, what's the rule of thumb here? In the last minute and 46, there is no such thing as an assist. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. Olivia, I don't care if you get the ball at the three-point line. You put your head down and you drive towards the basket.
He's played a grand total of 4 minutes. He was the world's largest team when he stepped on campus. Redshirted last year. He had his first career points and rebounds against Merrimack earlier this season. Let's see if they get him a touch. Ingram, no. Now 90 seconds to go. Martino at the other end.
Just seal. Don't leave the paint.
Mikic got fouled and will go to the line. It's like the United Nations out there for Todd Golden.
You're absolutely right.
You have Kovacev, Mikic, Ryu, Klavchar, and CJ Ingram.
CJ Ingram, the only Florida boy. Serbia, Canada, Slovenia. I'm missing one.
Mikic also a part of last year's national championship team. He's a sophomore out of Belgrade.
Australia, not bad. Wow, Australia is 13 hours ahead. I hope his family is getting an opportunity to watch this.
Kovacev from Perth, just like Alex Condon. 1 minute to go. Oh, and Ryu will be called for the foul as Ralph Martino goes down hard.
I think Martino was trying to make the play close out 2025.
That's like a clothesline from The Undertaker. Martino knocks down the free throw. He earned that one.
In all honesty, I love the approach of being Wreck-It Ralph. You're familiar with the animation. One of my favorites.
Now under a minute to go. Gators have reached the 100 mark for the second time this season. Kovacev, Ingram, Ryu! Send it in, big fella! I don't know who's more ecstatic, the Florida bench or the Reptile Rowdies.
I'm not sure either, but what a great pass by CJ Ingram, seeing that.
Here's another look.
Contact on the arm there as well.
Eight seconds left. Florida's going to win their 7th game of the season, improve to 7-4 on the year in the first of 3 consecutive games at home to close out their non-conference play. And look at the Gator bench.
Love it. You gotta love to see that level of excitement when someone else achieves success.
12 different Gators scored, 6 in double figures for the 23rd ranked team.